What's up? This workout is for Thursday, May 7th. There's 3 parts to our warm-up. We'll move through all of them for 30 seconds and move through each of them 3 times total. The first is going to be a marching downward dog. You're pedaling out your legs here, getting your calves and hamstrings stretched out, and then a hip opener squat. So make sure you still have tension at the bottom of the squat, and then you're just trying to open up through your hips. You're going to get a little Achilles stretch heel as well as you shift from your heels almost onto the ball of your foot. The last one is pass-through lunges. So again, I'm using a karate belt from first grade that I still kept because I only made it up to a white belt. You can use whatever you have at home. If you got a pair of leggings or sweatpants, anything that can stretch over your head. Our first workout is going to be the 40 rep challenge. Note that you're working from burpees through 4 exercises into jump lunges, but then you repeat those going back down. You'll finish with the burpees where you started. So 40 burpees to start. Then we'll move into 40 plank shoulder taps. The goal here is to keep your hips as still as possible and keep your hands right underneath your shoulders. The closer your feet are together, the harder it is to keep your hips still. If you need more stability, move your legs out a little wider. Then we'll go on to lateral squat steps. Again, 40 reps, so just make sure you're doing 20 both directions. And you're staying low like you're staying under a shelf, not bobbing up and down. Then we'll go 40 leg lifts. Crunching your shoulder blades up, make sure your back stays rolled down on the ground through the whole movement. You can bend your knees as well if you can't maintain that back tension through the ground. The final top of the pyramid is 40 jump lunges. After we finish those jump lunges, we're going to work our way back down through leg lifts, lateral squat steps, shoulder taps, and burpees. The next part of this workout is going to be core endurance. We've got 3 movements and we're going to hold them all for 1 minute each with 10 seconds of rest in between. That's essentially just to get a little bit of recovery and move in between movements. Note that you'll be doing this twice, so it's a total of about 6 minutes of core endurance, just 10 seconds to move in between. The first minute will be a forearm plank with a toe tap. Again, keeping your hips as still as possible. Use the leg that's staying on the ground to really activate, so you should feel a lot of tension through your quad and your glutes as you're bringing that opposite leg around. And then control that movement with your obliques as you're swinging your leg up. 10 seconds into the second minute, which is a boat hold. If you can't feel this in your core, you can bring your legs down onto the ground and then lean back. So try to remove your hip flexors from the equation and activate your core. And then the final one is going to be a side plank with a crunch. Make sure at the end we're going all the way back out into a fully straight line so your hips are coming forward, come to that full extension. Once you've gone through 2 rounds of that core endurance, so 6 minutes total with 10 seconds in between, we're going to head into an 18-minute interval run. We're going to start out with a 3-minute warm-up where you're just settling into a moderate pace, getting a little warmed up and getting your legs used to running. And then we'll go 3 minutes of intervals. 1 minute is going to be 45 seconds of low intensity, so about a minute under that moderately challenging pace, and then 15 seconds of high intensity, about a minute and a half above. So if your moderately challenging pace was 8 minutes, for the low intensity, you'll go down to 9-minute miles for that 45 seconds, and then you'll move up and try to get under 7-minute miles for that 15 seconds. You'll go right into 30 seconds of low intensity, 30 seconds of high intensity, and then you'll finish that final 15 seconds of low intensity and 45 seconds of high intensity. That's one set of 3-minute intervals. You're going to repeat that whole thing 5 times. So this helps if you have a watch that you can keep the time recording as you're going, so you don't need to keep taking something in and out of your pocket like your phone. But really focus on maintaining what that low and high interval is. Even if you're not using a watch to track your mileage, just try to think to what that feels like every time and match your pace.